Let's review strategies for mitigating 3D printer emissions related to purchasing. Emissions from 3D printers vary widely based on both the printer itself and the filament used. Select printers and filaments that meet the ANSI CAN UL 2904 standard, also known as ANSI 2904, for low emissions of VOCs and particles. This standard establishes testing protocols and emission limits for 3D printers and their recommended filaments. Some printers have been certified to meet the standard by a third party, such as UL Green Guard. Other printers have been verified by their manufacturer to meet the standard, even though they haven't been independently tested. Either a third-party certified printer or a first-party verified printer is a good choice. Though a growing number of printers meet the ANSI 2904 standard, many printers on the market do not. If you are going through a procurement process to select 3D printers, consider requiring ANSI 2904 compliance in your bidding process. Some printers have integrated enclosures, local exhaust, or a filtration system that may be able to help to contain emissions, but make sure these printers have been verified to show these strategies are actually effective at containing emissions. Just like a 2D printer needs ink or toner, a 3D printer needs filament. Different filament materials can affect emissions of both VOCs and particles from 3D printers. Most manufacturers specify the filament that must be used with their printers. Following the manufacturer's recommendation is essential. Common filament materials include polylactic acid, or PLA, nylon, and acrylonitrile butadiene styrene, or ABS. In general, PLA filaments have lower emissions, and ABS filaments higher. Emissions from nylon filaments are in between. Each filament type emits a different mix of VOCs and particles, so assessing the health risks of exposure can be complicated. If you have a choice, consider printers that use PLA filaments. However, emissions may not be the only factor you need to evaluate when selecting a printer. It's best to only purchase the filament brand specified by the printer manufacturer and to avoid other brands. The Chemical Insights research found that 3D printer emission levels and composition can vary significantly by filament brand. Some brands of filament have unknown additives which generate much more emissions than other filaments with the same bulk material. Lower-cost filaments are available from many sources. Unfortunately, there is little reliable information about the additives they contain. Printer manufacturers specify a specific brand of filament to be used with their printers. Often the filament is branded under the manufacturer's name and is available directly from them. Here's a summary of strategies for purchasing low-emissions 3D printers and filaments. To learn more, visit chemicalinsights.org.